Welcome! This is the Silly Faced Siblings live show coming at you from...
I'm stuck.
Okay. This show is a delicate dance between health and wellness tips and strategies. But who will reign supreme? You get to decide that. So at the end of every live video, or even during, you can say, I like what Greg's saying, or
I like what Roxanne's saying. Right? So you get to decide who will reign with these silly-faced siblings.
Silly-faced.
Silly-faced. All right. So we're going to start off this little podcast... Fodcast?
Fodcast?
Like a face thing?
Yeah.
Does that work?
Yeah. Well,
okay.
We're starting a new trend called the Fodcast.
We are doing Fodcasts,
yes.
Everybody. Put it out there.
Yeah.
This is a Fodcast. Video, face, cast. So anyways, what we're going to talk about today is exactly what we're doing right now. We are doing a Fodcast.
Yeah.
Right? I'm going to totally overuse this stupid word, but that's okay. We're going to talk about the fact that this is something that we've always wanted to do, right, Greg? Probably for the last, how long? 27 years? No, just joking.
I was going to say 32 years,
just joking.
but it's been a while. It's definitely been a while.
Yeah, this has been something that's been on our radar for a while, maybe a couple of years, let's say. And how come we never really did it? How come we never manifested, Greg? What would you say?
I think life happens. We get caught up a lot in the doing of life. We were owning and operating a business, which we still are, but it was just busy, go all the time. So what would happen is Roxanne and I would come up with all sorts of ideas. We're both very airy, as she'll explain to you. Very Vata, I guess it's called, right?
Yeah, you're a little more, but yeah.
Well, I can tell.
Yeah. Oh, look, a squirrel.
But what happens is you get caught up in that doing lifestyle, right? You're here or there, and then all of a sudden you're nowhere. You're just playing on 14 different football fields, but you're actually playing soccer.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
Huh.
Yeah.
Neat. Do you think there's 14 different football fields that close together?
Well, I mean, no.
No, maybe you'd be flying around on your little jet ski or something, or your little, shooting thing. Yeah. So, anyway, that's it. We never really did it. We never really manifested because we got caught up in the busy, right? And when I say the busy, for myself, it's 3 kids. It's owning and operating a business with Greg, doing hair out of my home, coaching the swim team, like doing so many different things that, yes, I would love to do a Fodcast, but where do we have the time to do a Fodcast? We didn't have any time.
So
we never made time.
Side note, FIME is either frickin' time or something else.
I think it's frickin' time.
Okay.
That's what I was going for. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So that's why we never really manifested it. And the beauty of what's going on right now is that we've been sort of put in this phase of our lives to slow down, to stop, to take a deep breath, to focus on other things. So the beauty of this for us is that we've been able to create a lot more, but not necessarily just creating, because it's easy. We create the fit, and that was, using the letter F instead of an S out of, do you get it?
Oh, like FHIT.
Yeah, instead of SHIT. Yeah,
okay, got it.
Yeah, so the letter F is just a fun letter today, I suppose.
Yeah.
But there we go, off in the air. But, oh my god. Yeah, so I'll come back to that, because the air just took me.
Yeah.
And that's okay. You go on for a second. It'll come back.
Yeah, so
Moment.
I had the analogy of trying to play football on 14 different fields, but we're actually playing soccer,
Yeah.
right? And the whole idea there is that this COVID-19 that came around was actually a blessing in disguise for a lot of us, right? Roxanne and I included. It's that global slowdown that we're experiencing, and it's really giving us the time to evaluate everything we're doing in life and looking at not just creating stuff for the purpose of creating stuff, but actually delivering value to make a massive difference in the world.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's right. That's where I was going. So the health and wellness tip for now, or maybe something to take a look at, is, do you create a lot? Because we were saying we create all of these awesome programs, these great ideas sometimes, but it never actually turns into something. I'm not saying never, because it does. It really, really does. And with this time that we've had, we've been able to really create, to truly manifest some really cool stuff, and we still have a lot of stuff in the works. Mm-hmm. So this is something that we've always wanted to do, and now we're like, you know what? Let's do it. Right. We can do it now, because now is the time.
So, like Roxanne's saying, I think the question, I'm super big on questions we have to ask ourselves, questioning our beliefs about society and whatever, right? Whatever our perceived role is in it. So I guess the question from me today for you, based on this topic, is what have you been able to gather most out of this global slowdown? Mm-hmm. What have you noticed the biggest shift in your life as a result of this? Okay. What's your big...
That's a good one.
Yeah, well, thank you. One. That's why I'm the Supreme Master, and I'll reign supreme.
I don't think so. That's a really good one for sure. I'm sure I will have like a ton of questions and stuff as well, but more or less, are you able to take some of that pressure off of your shoulders that's been there for a while from constantly overdoing? Are you able to relieve some of that pressure, relieve some of that stress? Because when we can do that, we kind of come out with a little bit of a clearer mind, and we're able to rationalize, we're able to compartmentalize, we're able to kind of fit the pieces of the puzzles together, as opposed to never having the proper corner piece or missing a piece of the puzzle. So I guess my question would be, has some of the pressure been relieved off of your shoulders during all of this?
Wow. Yeah, and that's huge, right? Mm-hmm. When we look at from a neurological perspective, our brain, the way it's designed, is all about lack and scarcity and fear, right? And what Roxanne's asking you guys to do is look at, well, what am I actually gaining from this experience, right? Mm-hmm. There's thousands and millions of people that have been all at the same time been told to more or less slow down, right? People have lost their jobs, but now it's that opportunity to look at, well, what is this teaching me? What's the lesson in all this? Or what are the multiple lessons? On Facebook the other day, I saw someone post, it was like, is this COVID fit, F-H-I-T, not S-H-I-T? Is this COVID fit over yet? And I'm like, I hope not. Yeah. Because every day I'm learning more and more new things about myself, about how I want to show up in the world. It's been powerful, but you have to almost get rid of that pressure of the being, right? Or the doing, right?
Yeah, the pressure that it puts on ourselves. Yeah, for sure. So I think we feel, Greg, like we've lifted, we'll see. Like we've lifted some of that pressure off of our shoulders. Yes, our business has definitely had to move in a completely different direction. We have to be a lot more creative. We have to be a lot more innovative in very, very different ways. But I think that it's relieved some of that pressure off of our shoulders, in a sense that we're not super busy. We can be as busy as we want to be. We can set up our day where we have play, where we have work, where we have play, where we have work. Whereas before it was like work, sleep, maybe play. Yeah, not much.
What I hear when Roxanne says that is busy on purpose.
When?
Almost like directed, right? Not just the roles of like, go to work, do this, do that, take the kids here, take the kids there, kind of thing. You have that opportunity to be more purposeful in your action. Yeah. And that includes the spending the time to go on your Sea-Doo or go whatever, right?
Yeah. Okay, so before we sort of wrap all this up, so questions that we had was, number one, well, Greg's was number one, but I'm going to say mine first, is, do you feel as though some pressure has been lifted off of you? Other pressures. Yes, there's different pressures now, totally, but do you feel as though some has been lifted off you? Number 2, Greg's question was?
I don't know. I'm wind. Can't remember it. What? No. It's the question somehow formulated out to be, what are you gaining from this experience?
Yes.
What are some of your big takeaways as a result of this global slowdown?
Yes. Okay. You got it. All right. So, along those lines, right? And then the third aspect that we are going to say here is something to take away, something to focus on, is focus some of your energies on gratitude. Gratitude. Simple gratitude. I'm grateful that I am able to sit on my deck at noon on a Wednesday in the beautiful weather. I'm grateful that I'm able to garden in my garden. I'm grateful that I'm able to prepare a lot more foods. Grateful that I'm able to spend more time with family. What are you grateful for? The power of gratitude. It's light, man. It's everything. The power of gratitude.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
what are you grateful for?
Exactly. So those 3 things, it's crazy. It's the simple things, and it's like you smile and you realize you can smile, and that's something to be grateful for, right? It's these tiny things, but they make a world of difference in your day to day.
Yes, a total world.
So Roxanne's going to give us some outro music.
Yes.
We're going to do our silly face, and then you're going to comment on this thread saying who you
what
love
question
more.
you like better.
I'm just kidding.
Who's gonna reign? No. Or answer those questions for us if you like. And let's do a little send-off. Everybody do a silly face. Silly face send-off. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Get set. Silly face.